Hello class 10 students, your 17th February is very close, your first exam. So before sitting in your first exam, I want to make you updated from all the updates and changes made by CBSE this year. So in this single video, I'll be explaining, briefly giving you explanation of all the updates and circulars released by CBSE officially regarding your board exam this year. Because CBSE has made some changes in, answer writing patterns, section wise rules are imposed by CBSE and so many things. New things is imposed by CBSE. There will be 2 board exam and all. So in this single video, I'll be giving you a brief explanation of each and every update step wise. So this video is going to be very important for you because you should know, you must aware about these updates before writing your first exam on 17th February. So let's begin. Okay. So very first update is regarding your answer writing section wise. This is very important, and look, this is the official circular released by CBSE. So what is this rule? In short, let me tell you, my dear, in science there will be 3 sections. Look, in science there will be 3 sections: section A, section B and section C, right? Section A is of biology, section B is of chemistry and section C is physics. Some student might be thinking, sir, we know sections will be there. The most important thing is you cannot intermix the question. Yes, if you are attempting the question from physics, you cannot write the answer of that particular question in chemistry section. You cannot intermix the sections. So let me tell you everything in detail. Now, if I talk about social studies, social science, so similarly in case of social science, the question paper has been divided in 4 sections. Yes, 4 sections will be there. Section A, section B, section C and section D. Section A is of history, section B will be of geography, section C is political science, and this section C is political science, and section D will be of economics. In this regard, the simple question paper of both science and social science, for the clarity, simple paper is also released by CBSE, so that you can guys aware about the pattern, whatever the rules imposed by CBSE. You can go through simple paper, official simple paper released by CBSE. Okay. The important instruction are here. The first important instruction, student will divide the answer book in 3 sections in science, because 3 sections will be there, and in 4 sections in social studies. Replies of questions are to be written only within the space identified for the concerned section only. Yes, my dear, the first important point is student will divide the answer book in 3 sections in science, 4 sections in social studies. I hope this is clear to you. If I talk about second point, replies of sections means answer of sections are to be written only within the space. Means if you are writing like Fleming left hand rule question is there, so the answer of that particular question, if Fleming left hand rule is of physics, so you cannot write the answer of that particular question in biology section or in chemistry section. That will lead to loss of your marks, my dear. Yes. Third point, reply of a section should not be written or mixed any other section. The space identified by the CBSE, if the space is of biology, so you have to attempt all the biology question on that particular identified space. You cannot intermix the sections. Very important. Fourth, in case if replies are intermixed, if unfortunately you had made mistakes, like you are attempting the chemistry question in biology section or physics section, then these will not be evaluated and marks will not be awarded, my dear. This is not will not be awarded. So no rules is there. No one is going to give you marks if you are unfortunately intermixing the sections. Means physics in chemistry, chemistry in physics, biology in physics, whatever. So no marks will be there. And look, this is the red box. Such mistakes will not be accepted and addressed even during verification or re-evaluation process after the results are declared. Some student applies for re-evaluation. If you are making this mistake, intermixing of section, these mistakes will not be addressed by the representative of CBSE. No marks will be given to you. So this is the blunder, my dear. So make sure you are not going to intermix the section. This is the most important update by CBSE regarding your answer sheet writing. Okay. Now, if you don't know the answer of any particular question, this is the most important query about a student, sir. If we are not confident about the answer and I want to write the answer later on, after at the end of the question paper after 2 or 3 hours. So what we need to do in that situation? So if you are going to attempt any question later on, so you need to do leave the space blank. For example, like the question is of geotropism. What is geotropism? So geotropism is a question from control and coordination from biology, right? So you have to leave this space in biology section to attempt to write the answers later on of that particular question. If the question is of physics, like the question is explain Maxwell's right hand thumb rule, define Maxwell's right hand thumb rule. So you have to leave the space in physics section only to attempt the questions later on. So leave the space blank. Don't worry about this, my dear. You need to leave the space blank. Now, do not write answer in another section. I am repeating again and again for you. So do not write answer in another section. And look at this red box. The examiners are fully authority to deduct marks if sections are mixed. No one is going to favor you at all after writing the exam. If you have mixed the sections, no one is going to give you marks at all. This is blunder, my dear. So make sure when you are writing the answers. Update number 2 regarding math standard to maths basic. Look at the official circular released by CBSE. Some student was thinking like, if I'll not be able to score good marks taking mathematics standard in board exam first, so in board exam second, in board exam 2, which will be, I think, is going to be held in the month of May, I'll be opted to mathematics basic from mathematics standard. This is just rumor, false statement, my dear, false and misleading statement. You cannot opt to mathematics basic from mathematics standard if you have already opted mathematics standard in board exam first, which is going to be held from 17th February. So you cannot switch to mathematics basic in board exam 2. You cannot. You have to write mathematics standard again in board exam 2, my dear. So poor marks in exam 1 is not equal to switching to math basics. So this was as a rumor, it was spreading among the student. There is a news spreading among the students that if a student opt for math standard in board exam 1 and get poor marks, then they can switch and sit in board exam 2 using mathematics basic. Oh bhai, this is not possible, my dear. You cannot switch to mathematics basic in board exam 2 from mathematics standard of board exam 1. You cannot. So better to study hard, focus on formula, keep revising the things, practice more, and try to score good marks in mathematics standard even in first exam, so that you don't require to sit in examination 2. Okay. Update number 3. Update number 3 is regarding, is board exam 2 free of cost? So what will be the cost for registration in board exam 2? So many students are confused. So CBSE has cleared that board exam 2 is not free. You have to pay something, registration fee per subject, but the charges exactly, what will be the fee, what will be exactly fee in figure, it is not revealed by CBSE yet. So no need to worry about that. But board exam 2 will not be free, my dear. You will have to pay fee per subject. So board exam 2 is not free. CBSE has not yet revealed the exact amount, so don't worry. CBSE will release the circular regarding this, but yeah, it is clear that it is not free. You have to pay something for that. Now the important is, don't depend on board exam 2. There may some chance that board exam 2 may be a bit more difficult. So come on, my dear student, get rid over to this thinking that if I'll not be able to perform well in board exam 1, I'll be sitting in board exam 2. Come on, my dear, come on, get rid of these kind of mentality, these kind of mindset. Try to perform well in board exam 1. Don't depend on board exam 2. This is my personal suggestion to you all. Now moving to update number 4. Look at update number 4. So basically this is eligibility criteria for board exam 2. Who can give board exam 2? Second board exam, who can appear, who can sit in board exam 2. So this is the eligibility criteria, and these are the points officially released by CBSE. So look at the first general conditions. It is mandatory for all the students to appear in the first board exam. If you are not appeared in first board exam, unfortunately, you will not be qualified to sit in board exam 2. You cannot sit in board exam 2. So to cross the eligibility criteria, to get the eligibility criteria to sit in board exam 2, you must prepared in board exam 1 also. Second, all passed and eligible students will be allowed to improve their performance in any of 3 subjects out of science, mathematics, social science and languages. Yes, my dear, if unfortunately any student got your 50 marks in maths, 50 marks in maths, and he or she wants to improve this marks, right, to get good college, good school stream, whatever he has or she has a dream to opt in future, and he or she wants to improve this marks, like he wants to get around 70 and 80 marks, so they are eligible to sit board exam to get the good marks, right, to get the good marks. So you can enhance your skill by doing revision and by doing hard work. After prepared fully well, you can appear in board exam 2 to get good marks in your particular subject, right? So all passed and eligible students are also allowed, yes, to get your satisfied marks. If you are not satisfied with the marks whatever you got in board exam 1, so you can sit in board exam 2 also. Now third, if a student has not appeared in 3 or more subjects, yes my dear, 3 or more subject in first exam, he or she will not be allowed to appear in the second exam. Such student will be placed in the essential repeater. This is the very important, crucial, very important essential repeater. In short, this is called ER. Means my dear, if any student is has not written the exam 3 subjects paper or more than 3, so that student will not be allowed to sit in board exam 2. Such student will be considered as ER student, which is called essential repeater. Means you will only attempt board exam in next year, you will not be able to sit your board exam 2. If you have not written 3 subjects in board exam 1 or more than 3 subjects, then you will not be allowed to sit in board exam 2. So if some student have mentality that if I'll not be able to perform good, so in 3 subjects, if I'll not be able to sit in board exam 1, then board exam 2 is there. No my dear, this is your just misconception. Come on, get rid of this misconception my dear. So if the student has not appeared in 3 or more subjects, those students will be considered as ER. Means you will only write your board exam next year. This is called essential repeater category, and take the examination only next year in the main examination in the month of February next year, means February 2027. Okay. For students whose result in the first exam is compartment, such student will be allowed to appear in second examination under compartment category. If unfortunately any student got compartment in any subject, so such students can sit in board exam 2 to get good marks to get over to the compartment exam, right? So you guys can clear, you guys can get good marks, you have secondary chance to get good marks. You can sit in your board exam 2 if you are having compartment in any subject. Now, 5th point, I hope these are clear to you everyone. 5th point is additional subjects will not be permitted after passing class 10th. Student will not be allowed in stand-alone subject. You cannot add or you cannot remove any subject. Whatever you opted the subjects in board exam 1, all the subjects will be carried out to the board exam 2. You cannot make any kind of changes in your subject choice, right? You cannot add any subject, even you cannot remove any subject, right? So additional subjects will not be permitted after passing class 10th. Student will not be allowed in stand-alone subject. Now, eligibility criteria again. So first examination will be the main examination. At anyhow the student has to be write their first exam, otherwise they will not be able to write second board exam. The eligibility to appear in the first exam will be fresh student of class 10th. First exam, this is for first exam. Second chance compartment, the second chance compartment student can also sit in board exam 2. Improvement exam, essential repeater of previous year, means the essential repeater of the year 2025 can write their board exam 2 this year also, in main exam also. So this is all about essential repeater. And improvement student can also write their board exam 2. The eligibility to appear in second examination, very good. So this was the eligibility for main exam, which is board exam 1 my dear. This is board exam 1. Okay, now look at the eligibility criteria for second exam, means board exam 2, which will be held in the month of May. Now, improvement category up to 3 main subjects. If any student are having improvement, if he or she wants to improve, like the example 50 marks in maths, you want to get a bit, beautiful marks, good marks in mathematics, you want to improve your mathematics marks, means you want to improve your result, right? So this is called improvement category. So improvement student category up to 3 main subjects. If you want to improve your marks in maths, science and social studies, now you are free to appear in board exam 2. This is something big offer by CBSE. You guys can improve your result, right? So in 3 subjects, for 3 subjects, to improve the marks of 3 main subjects, you guys can write a board exam 2. So there will be secondary chance for you all. Wow. First, third chance compartment, the student who is having first and third chance compartment, they can also sit in second board exam. Compartment plus improvement. If some student who is having compartment in any subject, like 4 or 5 marks in, like for example science, and improvement 15 mathematics, for example 6 marks in science, like, okay, and 50 marks in maths, 50 marks in maths. So science is not qualified, but maths is qualified, right? So this is called compartment and this is called improvement. Here the student wants to improve the marks, and here the student is already failed, means compartment is there, he or she needs to improve the result by doing board exams second. So the student who are having compartment and improvement along with both all together, such student can also sit in board exam 2, my dear. And the D point is improvement for the student passed by the replacement of the subject. They can also sit in board exam 2. Don't think even if I fail in many subjects, I will study later and sit in the board exam. This is the big, very dangerous statement, my dear. Don't think like this. Like, even if I fail in many subjects, I am having second chance to write board exam 2. Come on, get rid of these kind of mentality, misconception, negative mindset. Come on, don't leave your expectation on board exam 2. No, try to perform well in very first attempt in board exam 1, my dear champions, right? Okay, so thank you so much for watching these updates, very important updates for you all to know more about chapter wise, subject wise strategy for your board exam 2026. If you are having any kind of problem, query, anything you want, my dear, because your board exam around the corner, very close, 17th February is not very far, that is very close. So if you want anything from us, Deeksha Vedantu, just let us know. Do write your query and problem in comment section. Thank you so much for watching. Stay blessed all.